The saga continues. Cinnabon's slumbering right now. Also happens to be today. This will be posted probably on the 24th, but today's the 23rd, our birthday, so that was kind of nice. He's tired after all the festivities. Moving right along is catnip, weed for cats. It looks a lot like weed from what I can see, sort of. But I don't know if it has the same effect, because weed makes people tired, right? And catnip definitely does not make Cinnabon tired, so I wouldn't say it's weed for cats. Weed for cats would be food and playtime, because after which they indulge in, they're tired. Lex, will you rescue another kitty or just stick with Cinnabon? I'll stick with Cinnabon for the foreseeable future. Have you found yourself watching any other cat or rescue channels? Maro is one of my favorites. I have not, actually. I do watch some of the Dodo. It's pretty cool content. It's very also brief and to the point. Not that other cat videos are. Mine certainly aren't. So a lot of people send me cat videos, as I mentioned before, but I sometimes watch parts of it, but I get way too many messages and links to watch everything that's sent to me. But I do watch them on occasion. It's really touching when I see stories that are similar to Cinnabon and I's, because I can totally identify with those. Do you get worried when he's outside? I do sometimes. I have a cat who would disappear and it terrified me, and sometimes she got hurt until I finally stopped letting her out. She wasn't happy about it, but she got used to it. Do you think you'll end up keeping him inside permanently? When he gets older, he may want to stay inside, and I'm leaving it on him. If he wants to stay inside, I'll let him stay inside, but right now he really loves it outside. And my brother came over yesterday, and he needed Cinnabon to be around because he had to do some filming, and I kept Cinnabon inside for a while, and he didn't like it. He just doesn't like it inside. He's a young kitty, so he likes to explore. And I've spent a lot of time with him outdoors, and you'll see one this Saturday. So we were outside for a while, and I could see how much he loved it. I won't deny him that, right? I know he would freak out for a while and eventually get used to it, but just would feel bad if I did that, you know? Someone says, we're being selfish. I'm like, how is that selfish? It's like, if he wants to stay inside, I'd love him to stay inside, but he simply doesn't want to at this point, so. What are Cinnabon's favorite toys at the moment? Right now, his favorite toys are no doubt those wands with the strings and the little bells at the end. He loves those. It is funny, though, how he changes his preferences. Do you know how old Cinnabon may be? I've touched on this before. I would have had to guess 3.5, 4, 5 years. I would say younger. At what point after meeting Cinnabon did you realize that you were in fact a cat person? Wow, it was definitely a slow process, I would say. It more so was other people saying that I was, because of everything I was doing for putting out a little house and leaving food. It would just, when did I realize that? I don't know, probably when I really actually cared about him, and not that I didn't before, but when I was concerned if he was gone for a long time or whatever. Are you planning on taking Cinnabon for yearly visits with the vet? Absolutely, yes. Hey Cinnabon. Are you always wait for Cinnabon to come back before shooting a video? So that's how I talk sometimes. Are you always wait for Cinnabon to come back before shooting a video? I guess usually most of the content on this channel is Cinnabon, unless I'm filming something that doesn't need him to be in that particular part of the video, but typically the videos kind of are revolving around him, so yeah, I typically make sure he's around when I'm filming. Oh boy, this is a lot of questions. Hang on. I'm going to answer these one at a time because there's like 10 of them. Who are your favorite female actress and male actor? I'm just reading this exactly verbatim too, so some of the grammar is just not how I talk, I promise. My favorite female actress, I would say Natalie Portman for sure. And I'm not just basing that on appearance or personality. She's an excellent actress. Favorite male actor? Ooh. Thinking of actors so you don't realize you're acting. Definitely Tom Hanks is right up there. Harvey Keitel, not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Aww. Robert De Niro's a good actor. Those are probably... Al Pacino, I like him. I'm sure there's others I'm not mentioning. Hey, buddy. Had to take a quick break, take care of some business, unfortunately. Had a couple work-related things to take care of. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta do it, huh? Alright, next question. It's in the same cluster of questions. Not that that's a bad thing. Who do you feel the closest to in your family? I would say both my parents, pretty much tied. What do you want to do in the future as work and career plans? In the future, I don't know. In the long future, probably something with cryptocurrency, but I don't really know. Maybe YouTube, we'll see. What is your favorite color? Blue or purple? I'm glad somebody asked that. That's a question I ask people all the time, and it kind of surprises them. They're like, why would he ask a stupid question? Oh, you tired kitty, huh? When did you move to this house? And how soon after moving here you found Cinnabon? Let's see, I've been here like 3 years, and I think I found Cinnabon, or he found me. It was within a year. It was not quite a year. Oh, you're a stretcher, huh? A little stretcher monkey. How long have you had your Instagram account, YouTube channel? I would say the YouTube I've had since 2008, and it wasn't really, obviously it wasn't that notable back then, but I've had that for a while. I started getting serious about it. Oh, it's after I had Cinnabon videos. I just put them up because I thought they were interesting, but so at least I've been doing it with Cinnabon videos for at least a year or two, a couple of years, and it didn't really start getting big until probably 6 months ago or so. I can't really remember. It's been not quite 6 months. I have no idea. Instagram, only a few months or so. What are you most afraid of in general? I don't really know. Just normal stuff, I guess. Just things that can happen really quickly that you're not expecting, like a bad accident, I suppose, is something I think about, What would you hate most at work? What is that? What would you hate most? Not what do you hate most, what would you hate most? Oh, I think I get it. What would you hate most at work? It really bothers me when I'm on the phone and I'm clearly on the phone. If somebody doesn't notice I'm on the phone, that's no big deal. If people clearly see that I'm on the phone and they start talking to me, or sometimes it's even more annoying if they like sit in my office and just stare at me while I'm on the phone. They just wait for me to get off. Unless it is an emergency, which most of the time it's not, that's extremely rude and annoying. I hate that. Or if I'm on the phone and somebody starts talking to me, like unless it's like an emergency, again, if they're just trying to give me advice, because you cannot maintain a conversation politely and have somebody else talking to you. So I'll kind of get a little snappy when people do that, because really they deserve it when they do that. So that definitely was one of my pet peeves. Or when I'm at lunch, and somebody calls me and they keep on blowing my phone up, especially if I tell them I'll be at lunch at this time, and then they still call me. I lose my mind when that happens, and people that I have lunch with know that. How's Theo doing, and is he going to make a cameo on your channel anytime soon? That's a cute question. He's doing good. I always ask his mom and dad when I see them how he's doing. He's doing good. He has a little brother now. Yeah, they had a baby boy, so that's kind of cool. Will he make a cameo? We'll see. He doesn't get along with Cinnabon. He's an aggressive dog. He likes me, but he's not so nice to Cinnabon, but we'll see. If I ever see him again, even if I'm not at my house, I'll do a quick little video. It'll be kind of cute to show him. What type of wildlife lives in your area? Do you ever worry about Cinnabon when he goes out adventuring in the wild? I do worry a little bit. He's pretty smart, though. He's like street smart, if you will, or forest smart. He can climb trees to evade a lot of predators. What kind of wildlife? Well, of course, a lot of birds. We have the most interesting bird is a pileated woodpecker. They're like a foot tall. Owls, hawks, that kind of thing. Probably some eagles. I've seen an eagle very close to my house. What else do we have? Of course, we have like the rodents and that kind of thing that Cinnabon takes out. Very few squirrels, very few rabbits, because we have a lot of cats in the neighborhood and they kind of take care of those. We have, of course, a lot of deer. We have a lot of raccoons, probably some foxes. I don't know about any large cats. They're in this area, but I haven't seen or heard any that I know of, like bobcats or mountain lions. They are around here. Wolves, maybe. I hear coyotes. We got possums, woodchucks, that kind of thing. Most normal stuff. Bears, possibility of bears. Not really. Never seen really evidence of one here, but they're within like 10, 15 miles. And I've actually had a dream last night there was one roaming around. What's your favorite gun ever? What's the next gun you're going to buy? My favorite gun would have to be the G36. I showed that in one of the previous videos. And what's the next gun you're going to buy? Probably another G36 or something similar. The one that I'm looking forward to most would be the FNF&C. It's a full auto gun. They're like $15,000. So it's going to be, I'm sure, a few years minimal before I can actually afford one. But it'll be fun. I'll do a lot of videos on that, because who doesn't want to see videos of a machine gun with a cat, right? That's why the internet exists. How's Cinnabon enjoying his cat tower? Oh, he likes it. Have you tried playing on the cat tower with his best? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yes, I have. Yeah, he likes it too. I probably have at least a couple of videos in the hopper for that. Again, a lot of the videos I put out are like a week after, except for this one, it's like the day after, because holidays and stuff, Christmas. Does Cinnamon like to cuddle at all? Oh, yes. I'm new to your channel, but did pick up on that you were brought up with dogs, and I'm wondering if you are amazed, taken aback, completely shocked at how much one can love a cat. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely amazed by that. Will you have another pet, like a dog or another cat? I already kind of answered that. Probably not. Is Cinnamon your cat? Yes. Do you think Cinnamon would be jealous if you got a little kitten? Probably less so with a kitten than a full-size cat, from what I've heard. But I'm sure there would be a little bit of jealousy. What's Cinnamon's favorite spot and toy? His favorite spot is probably here. And also I've been seeing him more in his little cat tower over there. Last night he was perched up there kind of peeping outside. He also likes, usually in the beds where there's blankets folded. And sometimes he likes to hang out downstairs or on the green couch. Did you ever test his DNA to see if he is Maine Coon or Region Forest Cat, a mix? No, I have not done that. I don't know if I would want to do that. Seems a little odd to do for a pet, but I haven't done it for myself, I guess. But maybe it'll be interesting, right? It's possible. I just think it's kind of weird. Plus, I don't want Cinnabon's DNA to be in the FBI database. Should he have committed a crime, I don't want it to come back on my account. Do you think you will put Cinnabon on his own channel, and do you watch other cat YouTube channels? I've already answered the YouTube channel thing. Do you think you'll put Cinnabon on his own channel? This is basically his channel. I mean, it's 99% cat, and the rest is kind of my stuff. I don't think I'm going to do a whole separate channel. It'd be kind of weird. I don't see the point of it, I guess. Can you tell us how your life has changed since getting Cinnabon? I already kind of talked about that. Have you seen yourself change? Yes. Yeah, I've already kind of mentioned this. Has it changed for the better or for worse? Mostly for the better. Could you please hug Cinnabon for us to really care and love him? Oh, of course, he gets hugs all the time. I would right now, but I don't want to bother him. Oh, we'll give him a little head pet. Yeah. He's a tired kitty, yeah. Oh, yeah, I do. I give him hugs. When I come home from work, sometimes I just give him a hug or in the morning. In the morning, he doesn't like it as much because he wants out usually, don't you? Went outside when you wake up. He's pretty tired. I don't want to disturb him any more than I already am. How long did it take him to warm up to you? It was a gradual process, at least a few months, before I could even pet him. Can you ship Cinnabon over to Dublin, Ireland? Oh, yeah. No, that would be... I know you're kidding, but that would be kind of funny, wouldn't it? I do have a kind of a brief story that reminds me of shipping somebody. So at work, we had these guys go in there and kind of do a network assessment, kind of figure out what vulnerabilities there were. And they told us a funny story of they were doing a test, a similar test at another facility, and they said that the facility was bragging about how physically secure the building is, and they were telling them it would be impossible for them to get in without permission. And the guys were like, okay, well, we'll attempt that. So what they did, they overnighted one of their staff members in a box, and he actually got in the building. They said he wore a diaper and everything. It was kind of funny. Kind of weird if you think about it. And then their HR put a stop to that. I think I mentioned that before. I just thought it was a funny story. So how long have you had Cinnabon now? Oh, let's see. He was regularly coming over, for a while, but when I could start petting him and stuff, about 2 years now. Have you ever lived in any other state? Would you consider it? No, and probably not, unless the state became like a Second Amendment true sanctuary and let you do anything you wanted. I probably wouldn't move. I would like to know how I can send you and Cinnabon a Christmas card from Australia. Well, thank you so much for the gesture. And I mentioned this before, and it gets asked a lot, but I don't currently accept any gifts or anything like that, just because of security concerns, and Cinnabon and I have everything we need. I know a card's different, and we do appreciate it. Just for security reasons, I don't want to be giving out even a P.O. box. Just want to keep things a little more private. So, sure you understand. Where will you and Cinnabon spend Christmas together? We'll be at our house. I'm hosting this year for a small get-together with the family. And how has Cinnabon impacted on your parents and brother? Have they fallen in love with Cinnabon like the rest of us? Oh, absolutely. They look forward to seeing him when they're over. Do you like Dirty Harry movies? I don't remember ever seeing one, honestly, unless I was a kid and saw one, but I'm sure I would enjoy them. I like Clint Eastwood. Lex, if you were offered a dream job or a lifetime opportunity abroad, would you consider moving and bring Cinnabon with you? It would take a lot to get me to get out of the country. That'd be a culture shock for me, I'm sure. Plus, Cinnabon is not going to like that, I don't think. Have you considered allowing Cinnabon to be an only indoor kitty? I've mentioned that before. It's not really so much allow is the right word, because he doesn't want to be there. It would be more like forcing him to be an indoor cat, at least early on, and I don't think so. Why didn't you put a bell around his neck, like a collar with a name tag and a bell on it? I see that a lot. That makes sense for indoor cats if they're a breakaway collar, But outside cat, that can be a problem because if Cinnabon's trying to evade a predator, they're going to hear him easily. And it also impedes his ability to hunt, and I don't want that to happen. I want him to still kind of live his life how he likes outside without having that interfere. If Cinnabon want to be a character from How to Train Your Dragon, so what kind of warrior or dragon is he and why? I saw both those movies years ago, but I don't remember them enough to know the characters. What was that one with the little tooth or something, or no teeth? I can't remember. Maybe he'd be like him, I don't know. Why? I have no idea, because I don't know, they're both cute, I suppose. Do you sleep with your socks on? I do during the winter when it's colder, but in the summer I definitely don't. Does Cinnabon sleep inside with you now? Yes, he does. Almost every night he'll sleep in my bed. If you could work from home for your job, would you? Yes, that would be cool. I think a lot of people like that. So much so that other people get jealous of people that work from home. We have enough time to do maybe a handful more. Probably looks like we have, I don't know, like 9 or so more to complete this page. There's a lot more to go. Has you surprised yourself at how much of a cat person you are? Yes, definitely. Looking back from a couple years ago, I would have never expected it. And it's weird. A lot of you mentioned this too, but you know, I'm a gun guy. A lot of people assume I like dogs, and I do like dogs. It's kind of a weird stereotype that cat people can't be masculine, right? But that's totally not true. How do you intend to handle all the fur when Cinnabon sheds his winter coat, or this winter coat? Just vacuum more, pretty much. You can brush them too. You know, that helps. It's really not a huge deal. I don't mind so much. Question to Cinnabon: how much do you love your dad? Cinnabon, how much do you love your daddy, buddy? Do you like your daddy? Do you love your daddy? If you want me to love you, you should probably stop bothering me when I'm trying to sleep, right? Did you have any other names in mind before naming him Cinnabon? Yeah, I did. I'm trying to remember. Maybe Sun, Sunny, or Tula, something like that. I don't really know. Can't really remember that far back. Cinnabon just kind of stuck. Has Cinnabon ever been a naughty boy, like making a mess or so? Not really. He's thrown up a number of times, which isn't bad. It just happens, right? You can't control that. He's never really made a mess. No, the only bad thing he's done is tearing the carpet up sometimes, which I discourage, and he doesn't do that. He's scratched a couple times at the leather furniture. It's fake leather, and I discourage it, and he doesn't do it again. So no, he's not a naughty cat at all. In fact, he's one of the most well-behaved cats I know. Would you consider getting Cinnabon a cat tower? Absolutely, and already has one, which you probably missed, which is fine. Do you think the other orange tabby, which I'm assuming is a reference to another orange cat that popped in the window one day, could have been Cinnabon's litter mate? No, I don't think so. I looked at that cat close up once at my neighbor's house, and it looks quite a bit different than Cinnabon. And it wasn't abandoned either. Somehow the cat just made it over here. Where is he now? They're a neighbor cat, so I'm assuming in their house. Also, it seems Cinnabon is always going to the basement looking for someone. How long have you lived in your home? I already mentioned that in this video, or the one before. Okay. So, yeah, that is kind of weird. It's been mentioned before that he does seem to go in the basement, and he kind of meows, and he's always done that. I don't know if there's something he smells down there that reminds him of something, or if there's something spiritual. I have no idea, but it's pretty interesting. So that's a good question. Yeah, it almost does seem like he's looking for someone. I think he just loves playing on the steps, too, for whatever reason. So that could be the reason for that. Is it possible to undo the feral in your cat or make him at least accustomed to living indoors? I think so. Cinnabon isn't a true feral as far as I know or come to believe. I think he was just abandoned or dumped. A true feral cat is one that's had almost no, if not any, human contact. So that they are almost impossible to get to come over. Cinnabon, I think, was just wild for a long time or abandoned. So he had adopted a no human policy for a while just to protect himself, which makes sense. Or they sort of revert to their wild state outside when they're out there for a while. I do believe it is possible to unferal any cat with enough dedication. Patience is the key, really, right there. Just a lot of patience and asking other people who know more about cats for advice, which is what I did. I had a big chunk ginger boy named M. He was a rescue kitten and looked so much like Cinnabon, only a shorter nose. He passed over the Rainbow Bridge about 5 years ago. I'm sorry. Do you think maybe Cinnabon is M reincarnated? That's the second reincarnation question we've had in this series. Maybe his spirit went from Canada to the U.S. and became Cinnabon. They're so much alike. You never know, right? Will you ever rub its belly? Oh, yeah, I do. I won't right now because he's sleeping, but yeah, I do belly rubs. He doesn't seem to hate it, but he doesn't really seem to enjoy it either, but I do sometimes. He doesn't mind it. What happened to Cinnabon's girlfriend, the black kitty? Does she still come by checking on him? You'll find out on Saturday. Can you please pet Cinnabon for me? Thank you. Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, look at little fluffy head. Hi. Hi, buddy. Do you love Cinnabon or just like him? No, I would definitely say I love Cinnabon. Did Cinnabon make you a cat person? Absolutely. How many cats, dogs have you had? Never had a cat before Cinnabon. Dogs, I grew up with one, let's see, a German Shepherd, and then that one passed away. We got another one, and at least 3 German Shepherds. Why are you such a good channel? Oh, thank you. I would say the things I've noticed about my channel that are a little bit different than others, I don't typically, actually, I don't think I don't ask or bother people to like, subscribe. There's like a regimen where they're like, hey, smash that subscribe button, hit like, it really helps the channel out, make it, send a comment, share. I don't do that. I hate asking for that. Stupid. If you want to do that, you just do it, right? I try to be engaging in the comment sections, but it's becoming more difficult to do that. Anyway, that wraps up this video. Thank you all again so much for tuning in for the Q&A session. And this time, the Q&A doesn't always go over very well with people liking it, but these ones seem to be doing better, so thanks for that. Yeah, breaking them up helps too. Otherwise, they'd be over an hour long. So thanks again, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye, and sweet dreams, Cinnabon.